What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
Boom! Coming at ya, Miss Bala. What's up, everybody? Miss Bala, movie out in theaters. It's a remake from a 2011 movie with the same name, Miss Bala, Bala. Also translated to English, Miss Bullet. And watched the trailer for the original. I hadn't seen it, although I do want to see it because it looks far superior to the version that I saw that's out in theaters right now. It's about the version that I saw is about a woman who's a makeup artist in Hollywood, and she goes to her friend. I believe it's her friend. I don't know if they're related, but I believe she goes to her friend's house who lives in Mexico, who's signing up to be Miss Baja California. It's a beauty pageant, and her friend's going to do her makeup. So she goes down there, and while they're partying and, kind of mingling, getting her set up to, partake in this beauty contest, shit goes down. Drug lords invade the party, shoot up the party, and kidnap a bunch of women. And Gina Rodriguez, the actress who plays the main character, Miss Bala, which her name isn't Bala. Like, when I left the movie theater, I thought maybe that they fucked up with or maybe I read it wrong, that it's actually called Miss Baja because she's supposed to be helping her friend become Miss Baja. But so anyway, her friend gets kidnapped. She gets separated from her friend. She later gets Miss Bala gets kidnapped. What's her character's name? It's Gloria. Gloria gets kidnapped by the drug dealers and is recruited to help them blow up a building, and then which was apparently full of DEA agents, and then they used her as a mule to take drugs and money into the U.S., into San Diego, and then she drove back with guns back to Mexico. Pretty effortlessly, I might add. The scenes where she's going through border, great actress, by the way. She the original looks like it was just it was an independent film, won awards, and looked like it was handled by a director that gives a fuck about cinema, about telling it's just handled in a much more beautiful way, where this one's shot more like kind of like early Michael Bay, like kind of like Bad Boys one, kind of, but not quite as good, like a Bad Boy-esque type of movie film directing, which the director of this, Catherine Hardwicke, female director, which is always good for diversity out there. Not the greatest director, though. She also did Twilight, the first Twilight movie. She did the Lords of Dogtown movie, which was a remake, or basically a fictionalized version of the documentary Lords of Dogtown, or Dogtown and Z-Boy is the documentary, which is a great documentary. I never saw Lords of Dogtown, never watched any of the Twilight movies, but as far as pedigree goes, from a director's standpoint, what she's done and where she's come from, she's done a bunch of TV also, but not really. There's a moment that was kind of cool when shit's going down. She's like, after she brings the drugs, I think she at some point gets caught by the FBI or DEA, and she becomes a mole. It's like one of those stories where she's pretty much playing everybody just to survive. But it's all kind of like, I don't know, like, because she's trying to find her friend. Drug dealer says he's going to help find her friend, but then she finds out that her friend was kidnapped by the drug dealers, and they're all in it on. It's kind of like the story is kind of ridiculous, or how it's told is kind of ridiculous. You don't really care. Like, her friend has a son who's really has no part in this movie. He's not really in this movie. It's just like, oh no, we need to get him away. And I don't know. There's some fun scenes. This isn't a horrible movie. I would have enjoyed it like in my teenage years. I would have just enjoyed it as just an action movie, just kind of a stupid action movie. There's not a whole lot of action in it, but a lot of gun violence basically, AR-15s are the popular gun of this movie. So it wasn't horrible, but it's very much just kind of the dumbed down American action movie that definitely you would get a lot of in the 90s and early 2000s, or mostly 90s, I guess, just kind of generic whatever. They don't really care too much. Let's just pump this thing out. And it's based like I really want to see the original. Just it seems like a much better film overall and probably gets you more emotionally invested. And instead of it being her makeup artist, I believe it's just the woman that's the main character in the original is the beauty pageant entrant person, which this one they like the drug dealers want to use her in the pageant since she said she was going to be, but they misunderstood her. It's like, no, I'm helping my friend do her makeup. They're like, no, you're going to do it. So they force her to be in this pageant because they want to get close to the guy, the head of police who runs the pageant and sleeps with all the winners. So they rig it so she wins the beauty pageant, which is kind of like this weird, the way this story's told, the fact that that's part of it is just ridiculous. That's how they get to him when it's like they're working together clearly because the women, the prostitutes that were at his party were also part of this. It was kind of confusing. I mean, not really confusing, just kind of stupid. But yeah, it's like the drug dealers want to take down the crooked government while the DEA, who are assholes and just using people. Like, there's no good people in this. Miss Bala is the only good person. And when shit goes down, she's learned how to use an AR-15 because the drug dealer taught her in this scene. And she had an opportunity to kill him, but she doesn't do it in that moment. And, she kind of just keeps going further and further down the rabbit hole of this movie. But when the shit goes down in the main climax where it's like the drug dealers finally have this thing set up because she won the beauty pageant and she's going to get fucked by this guy that they want to kill who's in charge of the police. And then she tells him that they're going to kill him. She like backstabs and churns. And then she becomes like, it's like this very small, at the end kind of action-y moment where she gets the gun and starts killing people. She kind of has her action movie moment. But there's not really much of an action movie. Wasn't really suspenseful. There's a moment earlier in the movie where things kind of go down. She's supposed to be helping out the DEA, and they fuck her over. And she's trying to get out of this bullfighting thing, where the bullfighting ring, where the meetup happens, where she's bringing the guns, but then the police come to try and steal the guns and try and it's just a clusterfuck. Clusterfuck A. And she's supposed to, the DEA says if she runs to these doors that there'll be SWAT people there that will be able to take care of her. And that was just a lie to get her to go in here. And that's when she goes from thinking the DEA is going to help her to going, well, I got to survive, so I'm going to go with this drug dealer guy and save him. And there's kind of this cool moment where she has that realization and she's got to go run from one point to another. And that was kind of a cool scene, but overall, unimpressed. More looking forward to watching the original. Maybe I'll talk about that next week if I can get a hold of it. But that's it for Miss Bala. Just kind of a weird action movie. Would love to see Gina Rodriguez in something else. I don't think I've seen her in anything, so for sure would have much preferred her in a better action movie. But yeah, that's it. New episodes of this show come out every day. Subscribe everywhere podcasts are found. Binge the full week over at patreon.com/inspireddisorder. inspireddisorder.com for all of my artwork. Over 600 original paintings available for pricing as low as $24 a piece, a pop, a bingo, a bongo. At Ray Taylor for me on all social media. Have a great day, everybody. Peace out.